Despite his belief that Sean Diddy Combs is half innocent from his sex trafficking trial, Donald Trump would not grant the Grammy winner a presidential pardon at this time. And Friday's no pardon attitude makes Diddy's adversary, 50 Cent, very happy, especially because Deadline exclusively revealed 2 days ago that Trump was seriously considering such a pardon, and the White House kept its cards close to the vest. Can you believe he thought he was getting pardoned? The Power franchise EP and pro-Trump rapper posted on social media with an AI-generated image late Friday after a still grievance-fueled POTUS told Newsmax he wasn't inclined to grant Combs a get-out-of-jail card. No, sir, you're not. You said very nasty things. But since Trump is Trump, anything might happen at any time. Combs was found guilty on July 2nd on lesser charges of transportation to participate in prostitution by an 8-member jury, sticking it to federal prosecutors' broad case. In actuality, the not guilty verdict on the severe sex trafficking and racketeering conspiracy charges was a severe setback for now fired lead prosecutor Maureen Comey and her team, even though the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York now wants self-declared swinger and domestic abuser Combs to continue to be denied getting out on a $50 million bond and be sentenced to several years in prison on October 2nd. Trump's public and private flirtation with a Combs pardon included snitching at the family of former FBI Director James Comey. According to my sources, the president also wants to penalize what he considers to be an overreaching and overly independent SDNY. The Inda Club rapper shared a video of the former Celebrity Apprentice host interview with the new conservative cable news outlet earlier Friday. Months after Jackson said he would attempt to dissuade Trump from pardoning Combs, Jackson concurred with reporter Rob Finnerty that a pardon for Diddy would more likely be a no. The pardon no tonight was qualified amid a clemency campaign from Trump being Trump, Combs supporters to the White House, and people close to the transactional POTUS. Sean Diddy Combs, Finnerty inquired immediately following a conversation regarding a pardon for Jeffrey Epstein's recently cooperating confidant Ghislaine Maxwell. Would you think about forgiving him? Trump, who is usually self-centered, responded as follows.
Well, he was essentially, I guess, sort of half innocent.
Yes.
I don't know what they do. He's still in jail or something, but he was celebrating a victory, but he seems, I guess it wasn't as good as a victory. Probably, you know, I was very friendly with him. I got along with him and seemed like a nice guy. I didn't know him well. But when I ran for office, he was very hostile.
He said some not so nice things about you, sir.
Yeah, and it's hard, you know, like you, we're human beings.
Right.
And we don't like to have things cloud our judgment, right? But when you knew someone and you were fine, and then you run for office and he made some terrible statements. So I don't know, it's more difficult. It makes it more, I'm being honest, it makes it more difficult to do.
In other words, he is not engaged in any of the activities listed in the Mann Act. Recall that neither Cassie Ventura nor Jane or any of the sex workers testified throughout the trial that Diddy had sex with the sex workers. As the women had sex with the hired guns, they all said he was either recording or observing the freak-off sessions. Additionally, testimony showed that the ladies, not Diddy, were usually in charge of organizing the accommodations, travel, and pay for the sex workers participating in the freak-offs. Additionally, they claimed that Diddy's sexual behavior was essentially voyeurism, and they highlight multiple state courts have held that paying for voyeurism to watch other people have sex is not prostitution. Now Diddy also says the male sex workers they hired were not only consenting, but they enjoyed the activities and had friendships with Cassie and Jane and were not merely traveling to have sex for money. In other words, they were all good buddies. We're not sure how much of a difference that will make, legally speaking, but there it is. Finally, Diddy says the freak-offs were protected under the First Amendment because they were recording, or as they put it in the docs, producing amateur pornography for later private viewing. Now Diddy's defense claims he should be given a fresh trial in which only evidence pertaining to his Mann Act convictions, counts 3 and 5 in the federal indictment, are admissible if the court does not reverse them. In particular, his attorneys claim that would not include the video of Cassie being beaten. The documents state that the infamous Intercontinental Hotel footage wouldn't be relevant if Diddy were only facing Mann Act charges, and that it would only be unfairly prejudicial. The evidence was only admitted during his trial due to the RICO and sex trafficking charges, of which he has been acquitted. Diddy's legal power move follows President Trump's consideration of a pardon for Diddy, who may decide on the matter as soon as the judge rules on Diddy's most recent request to be released on bond prior to his sentencing in October.